In this video, I analyze XAI from the gaming narrative sector, which is very relevant for the current bull run and definitely has extremely interesting points. I analyzed it in detail based on my 20 metrics, and in the end, I made a price forecast again using my 10x formula, and the result surprised even me. So, what is XAI? It is a gaming layer 3 essentially in the area of the Arbitrum blockchain, which is a layer blockchain of Ethereum, and was founded in 2023 by Off-Chain Labs. They are also very reputable, so that is very positive. And ultimately, as mentioned, it is in the gaming sector of Web 3.0, which is very relevant for the upcoming bull run that is currently happening. Then here again is my 10x formula. I recommend you watch this video above to understand all 20 metrics. And then we will start directly with the first metric. The market capitalization is ultimately in the mid-cap sector. Is it good for an altcoin? The potential for growth is definitely still there. And mid-cap altcoins are always advantageous because they simply have the possibility for more extreme growth compared to high-cap altcoins. Therefore 6 out of 10. And the next point, what about the circulating supply? Good either, because it means that quite a few coins could still come onto the market, which of course indicates that it is inflationary and thus a stronger price pressure could come in the future. Therefore only 5 out of 10. And the next point, the roadmap. They want to integrate the gaming sector into Web3 and have various technologies, also have a roadmap, and therefore want to expand further. 7 out of 10. And the next point, the team, as already mentioned, was founded by Off-Chain Labs. These are, let's say, a team from the technology sector, and are definitely extremely strong and well positioned, very positive, therefore 10 out of 10. And then the next point, the narrative. As already mentioned, it is Web3, and in the gaming sector, narrative gaming is very relevant. Many. Ultimately, it is said that this is one of the most important narratives, alongside artificial intelligence and deep learning. They are definitely very well positioned in that area, therefore 7 out of 10. And the next point, what problem does it solve? Well, ultimately, it is about high scalability in the gaming Web 3.0 sector. In other words, it aims to be highly scalable so that many can participate. The security, I would say, of Web 3.0 is also really tailored to this, which is of course very positive. Therefore, 8 out of 10. And the next point, the tokenomics, is definitely very solid and, I would say, well distributed, but not as, I would say, obvious as in other projects. Therefore 6 out of 10. And the next point, what does it look like for the investors? Well, because it was ultimately founded by Off-Chain Labs, there is of course a strong partner behind it that is well funded, and in the end we have several investors involved, including Coinbase Ventures. So overall they are very positively positioned, therefore 8 out of 10. Then the next point, the capital, as already mentioned, the transparency is not really given regarding the information available on the internet, but still, they are well positioned in that area, therefore 7 out of 10. And the next point, how does it look regarding marketing? They already have a strong presence in the Web3 and gaming sector and continue to grow, especially because of Arbitrum, which is positive, and 6 out of 10. I found an altcoin this week that really surprised me. I analyzed it and found that I see it as extremely relevant. I also don't want to withhold it from you. Hold on, we'll now present it to you next. Upload the video for the complete analysis this weekend. If you don't want to miss it and find it really exciting, then subscribe to my channel and don't forget to activate the bell so you won't miss any insights in the future. And now, let's continue directly. Yes, then let's get to the idea. How simple is it? Well, I would say the project in the Web3 and gaming sector is quite easy to understand. Perhaps the technology behind it is a bit more complex, but overall, a rating of 6 out of 10 is also quite positive. And the next point is the long-term vision. They want to establish themselves in the Web3 sector and in gaming, and as I said, that is already an important narrative. They definitely have very good chances because they also have good partners. Therefore, a rating of 8 out of 10. And the next point is the deflationary maximum supply. It is such that they are ultimately at 2.5 trillion, which is effectively a maximum, but they have no deflationary mechanisms. which is not so optimal. Therefore, only 5 out of 10. Then the next point is, how does the fully diluted market capitalization look? It is ultimately 3 times higher than the market cap, which is good and definitely suggests, I would say, that there won't be much price pressure in this area at least. Therefore, we are at 6 out of 10. And the next point, how does it look regarding volume and market cap? In other words, what is the liquidity like? Well, it is at 0.5, which definitely means that it is highly liquid in the market. You can sell your coins if you want to, and you definitely won't have any problems doing so, at least at this time. Therefore, 8 out of 10. And the next point, how is the token distribution? It is quite unclear, I haven't found much information on it, so for now, only 4 out of 10. And the next point, top coin holders. So there is indeed a risk because the transparency is not such that larger top coin holders might really throw their coins onto the market and create price pressure. Therefore, only 4 out of 10 is given. Then the next point is, what is the utility, so to speak? Well, it can be used for governance, but also of course for the gaming sector in the layer 3 area, and therefore it already has its use cases, which is also important. Gaming coin is always advantageous because it can also be used for transactions in the game or for microtransactions. Therefore 8 out of 10. Then the next point is, what does the community look like? Well, they have moderate growth on Twitter. Twitter or X is very important in the crypto space. And in the end, they are growing there as well. But there is definitely still room for improvement, so 6 out of 10. And the next point is, what is the current situation? Well, they are already benefiting from being in the gaming narrative space and have, let's say, a good utility there, and we just have to wait and see how well they ultimately grow in that area and how well the entire grows. But first 7 out of 10, then we come back to the result of 76.7%. That is a solid result. The tokenomics are not perfect, but they are okay, and otherwise it definitely has potential. It has a good narrative, good team, so they are very well positioned in that regard. And then we return to the price forecast. Ultimately, it is based on the fully diluted market capitalization for me. Even if the entire crypto market ultimately reaches 5 to 10 trillion, a certain level, and that's why again the, let's say, normal case, then optimistic and very optimistic. It's always quite difficult to predict. You can only ultimately show what possibilities exist if the crypto market as a whole grows, and of course based on the market share of the altcoin. However, there is definitely strong growth here. If everything goes according to plan, it is definitely positive. Now that you know the potential of XAI, I have linked an altcoin above that also surprised me a lot. In the end, it is from the AI sector, has a relatively low market capitalization, surprised me personally in the analyses, and I also have it in my personal portfolio, so it is very relevant. I will link it up here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and see you in the next video. Bye!